This conference will now be recorded.
Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today's topic will be on IDDCP, that is iodine deficiency disorders control program. Okay. So the question, this is also an important aspect for you people. Why? Because iodine deficiency is worldwide prevalent disease. Why? Because the disease is known to be endemic. So what do you mean by endemic? What do you mean by endemic? Anyone? Endemic, epidemic, pandemic. Anyone? What do you mean by endemic?
Restricted to only a certain place.
Yeah, restricted to certain geographical area, and it is known to cause the disease from time to time in a certain period of time in a year. Some cases will be recording on that particular area from time to time in a span of 1 year. At least you will find an incidence of at least 5 to 10% incidence of the disease. Then only you will call it as endemic disease. From time to time, from every period of time, eventually new cases will be recorded. Then it is called as endemic. So what are the other examples for endemic diseases? Other examples?
Malaria.
Malaria, very good, Ray. Harita, very good. Malaria. Then you can message also. If at all problem is there with your mic or something net, you can message also.
Ra-
Malaria,
Rabies.
rabies. Okay, rabies is also somewhat endemic in certain areas, like common disease. Yeah, Isha Reddy is telling that dengue, chickenpox. Yeah, dengue fever is also endemic in certain places. Chickenpox. Okay, so common diseases like iodine, anemia is
Thyroid.
also an. Enana?
Thyroid.
That's what, right? Thyroid means that's what? Iodine deficiency disorders. Okay, thyroid problems. Malaria is there. Okay, rabies is there. HIV is also an endemic in a certain part of areas in our country and all over the world. You take any disease, that particular disease is endemic in certain areas. In some areas, filariasis will be there. In some areas, some immunological disorders will be there. So many diseases are there which are endemic. So apart from that, according to NFHS, that is National Family Health Survey, please do note this point, NFHS. That means National Family Health Survey. This is the survey carried out throughout the India. And they stated a certain amount of ample of facts regarding this survey. So one of them is iodine deficiency is highly prevalent in our country. Why? Because usage of non-iodized salt in our country. This is the main reason. And some area is devoid of the iodine. So a lot of so many reasons for that. So in this class, we will know that why iodine is required for our body and what is the RDA for that, what happens if we don't take iodine in a regular diet? So what are the iodine deficiency disorders, and what are the various programs has been imported on these things to control all these things, and what is the developments so far? So what is our role as a physicians or as a medical professionals? What is our role to prevent these iodine deficiency disorders? Okay, do follow the class. Why? Because this is an one time. If you hear once, you will be able to memorize this thing, and whenever it comes in examination, you can write it in your own words or in your own way. The thing is, you have to remember some terminological things. That's why I am stressing on these things, and we will move on to the PPT. Okay, so the question will be like this: IDDCP. That's it. That means iodine deficiency disorders control program. So what is iodine? So why iodine is required for our body? Actually, it is a nutrient needed in a very minute quantity, but in daily basis. And the recommended daily intake is 150 micrograms. So this iodine falls under micronutrient. So what happens? Excess of production of iodine will excess of iodine is there in our body. What will happen? Yes,
Hyperthyroidism.
very good. So what happens is, if excess of iodine is there, it induces hyper metabolism of these things, so that thyroid gland, so increased production of thyroxine, so it causes thyroid toxicity in terms of, that is called hyperthyroidism, and దానికి సంబంధించిన science symptoms it will be occurring in our body. Yeah, very good. That's why it falls under micronutrient. So RDA will be 150 micrograms, and the total quantity present in the body is 15 to 20 mg mostly. So it is secreted from the thyroid gland itself. So iodine, as I already told you, essential component of thyroid hormone. So these thyroid hormone which is needed for optimal mental and physical development, please do make a note of this. So deficiency of thyroid makes the child vulnerable to mental disorders, mentally handicapped. That is the term using nowadays. Mentally challenged, mentally handicapped. So thyroxine production is very important for a newborn, even in uterus also. That's why nowadays most of the infertility among females related to this thyroid disorder only. And most of the what do you call that? Uh, these ladies problems, all these things related to ovaries, all these related to thyroid disorders only. Okay, so they won't be getting their regular periods on a 28 days of cycle. So if at all thyroid problems or things will be there, definitely these problems will be always occurring. And infertility disorders also related to this thyroid, especially among females. That's why we have needed it for optimal and physical development and regulation of body metabolism. Okay, so our body is restricted to certain kind of metabolism. So if at all thyroid is very high, hypermetabolism will be there. If at all very low, hypometabolism will be there. The person will be very lazy. So that's what the slide says. So it is required for optimal mental and physical development and regulation of body metabolism. That is generation and utilization of body energy. So this is the daily requirement given by the WHO and UNICEF. It is very old, that is 1996. So recently it has been changed, but some micrograms changes will be there. But this is a requirement. Okay, don't bother about these things. But the thing you have to remember is iodine is very essential for our body for metabolism, and it has to be taken on daily basis. That's what you have to remember from this slide. So sources of iodine. Okay, so food is the main source of iodine. So it comes from meat, fish, and dairy products, vegetables, cereals, etc. So high amount of iodine will be present in sea fish and seaweeds also. But sea salt is a poor source. Sea salt is a poor source. That's why we have been fortifying the production of the salt. Fortification. What do you mean by the word called fortification? This is the term you have to use in your examination. ఏమిటి fortification అంటే ఏమిటి? Anyone? Satya. Who is Satya? Roll number 24. Sangeeta. Sharath. What do you mean by fortification?
Enrichment of food.
Enrichment of
Food.
so you not okay, accepted. Not enrichment of addition to the common food. That is what is called as in food enrichment. Okay, enrichment. That is we have been adding something to the already produced food. That is enrichment. Okay, good, very good. That is we are adding iodine to the salt so that everybody will be taking the iodized salt only. Previously in our olden days, okay, people used to buy the rock salt, kalluppu antaru, rock salt. Okay, and so much of study on those things, they said that rock salt is devoid of iodine. That's why so many iodine deficiency disorders will be occurring in so many districts in our country. So that what our organizers eventually in 5-year plans, they stated that selling of non-iodized salt is banned. You have to sell only iodized salt at any cost. That's what the norms nowadays. If you want to produce salt, always you have to add iodine to that salt. Then only you will be able to sell it. If at all the salt is devoid of iodine, you cannot produce it or you cannot sell it. That is what is meant by fortification. Good. Okay. So how iodine deficiency will be causing? So gradual leaching of iodine from soil due to melting of glaciers. You can appreciate in that picture, and due to floods also. Washing off all the minerals, nutrients from the land, and the rivers changing its course. These are some causes why the soil is devoid of the iodine. So iodine deficiency, some are telling that it is a disease of the soil. Why? Because due to soil erosion, environmental iodine deficiency will be occurring by washing of water and soil, which causes low availability of iodine, which in terms it will be affected on animals, and it will be affected on ultimately people. So that is how iodine is deficit from our soil. See, so it has been since olden days also it has been the presence of iodine deficiency is marked. So earliest evidence that has been recorded in our history is in and around 3000 BC. So can you appreciate? So what is the condition in that picture, which is boxed in blue line? Can you appreciate? So what is the condition called? Anyone?
Goiter.
Goiter, sir.
Very good, very good. Goiter. See, in ancient times, that is, so what is this? So what is the name of this one? Lord Buddha. So in ancient times also, from these sculptures, we can see that the presence of goiter. So presence of goiter always due to iodine deficiency itself. Very good. Everybody responded to it. Very good, Anjum. It's goiter. Very good, Preeti. It is goiter. So from this picture, what the thing we have to learn is it's an age-old problem, and still up to today also it is prevailing in our world and in our country, and due to this lot of medical problems and mental problems also were occurring in your human activity. That's why. That is the importance of this picture. So what is the importance of iodine in a brain development? As I told you, if at all a deficit from iodine or thyroxine, definitely the child will be cretin or mentally challenged. So this is that 50,000 brain cells produced per second in developing of fetal brains. So 100 billion brain cells in adult. So 1 million billion connections between these brain cells, that determines IQ of a certain person. So what do you mean by IQ? What do you mean by IQ? Yes?
Intelligent person.
Intelligent coefficient. Very good. So if at all iodine is devoid, our intelligent coefficient is always decreased. So this is that deficiency of iodine during this critical period of development results in permanent brain damage. That's why antenatal and postnatal pregnant women are high risk group for this iodine deficiency. That means hypothyroidism. So if at all the childbearing woman is deprived from iodine, her child has to be suffer from permanent brain damage. That's the importance of this iodine. It may look very minute grams, but it affects in the output is a very dangerous manner. Just imagine a permanent brain damage that has to be the child sustained throughout his or her life. ఊహించుకోవడానికే చాలా భయంగా ఉంటది. ఆ పర్మనెంట్ ఆ మెంటల్ ఛాలెంజెస్ తో ఆ అబ్బాయి గాని ఆ అమ్మాయి గాని త్రూ అవుట్ ద లైఫ్ ఉండాలి. విల్ బి హైలీ డిఫికల్ట్ ఫర్ దెమ్. దట్స్ వై public education regarding this iodine deficiency disorder is very very vital. As a medical health professionals, as a MBBS students, as a practitioners, we have to ask every pregnant woman and every female personality regarding their thyroid status. Just remember, if at all a female patient comes to you, you always check for her thyroid status. If at all a under 5 child is coming to you, always check for the child's thyroid status. Okay, that is the importance of iodine. So the brain damage can primarily prevented by correcting iodine deficiency before and during pregnancy. That's what I said. So this makes it vital that all expectant and lactating mothers get their daily requirement of iodine. That's why supplementation of iron and folic acid and iodine is is a part and parcel of any this program, the RCH program. Am I clear? Are you following?
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good, very good, very good. గుడ్ రెస్పాన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ లేడీస్. ఏంటి బాబు, అబ్బాయిలు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? మనకు సంబంధం లేదని ఉన్నారా? సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద male pattern symptoms of thyroid deficiency? ఓన్లీ అబ్బాయిలు ఆన్సర్ చెప్తారు. If at all iodine is deficit in males, what are the problems to be expected in that kind of persons? Abhay. చెప్పాలి. ఈశ్వర్. Who is Ishwar? Roll number 33. Absent. Who is Chaitanya? 52. ఏంటి రేవంత్, సుజిత్, సాకేత్, సందీప్, వెంకటేష్, రోల్ నెంబర్ 95. ఒక్కరు లేరు ఆన్లైన్. అమర్, yes, anyone? మేల్స్ లో థైరాయిడ్ డెఫిషియన్సీ ఉండడం వల్ల వచ్చే నష్టాలు ఏమిటి? What are the various signs and symptoms that to be expected in males due to iodine deficiency or thyroid deficiency? Anyone? Yeah, very good. Hair loss, delayed puberty. Yeah, very good. No. చెప్పండి. Fatigue, muscle weakness. Yeah, Sai Bhargav, very good. Fatigue, muscle weakness. Weight gain, alopecia, very good. So Hitaishi said that acromegaly, very good, Ray. That's what I am expecting. Very good. What do you mean by acromegaly? Anyone? చెప్పండి మానస చెప్పండి.
Increased growth in the peripheries like thumbs, fingers, when there is increased amount of growth hormone.
Okay. Somebody said giant personalities. Yeah, very good. Giant personal. The person will be very huge, but the development of brain is very low. These are the terms you have to use in your examination. Acromegaly, cretinism. These are the things. Very good, ma. Very good. So Isha Reddy says enlarged face, hand, feet. Very good. This is example for acromegaly. Very good. Good feedback. అమ్మాయిలే మంచిగా రెస్పాండ్ అవుతున్నారు, అబ్బాయిలు ఆన్ చేసి నిద్రపోతున్నారు. I won't give any attendance to boys. ఒక్కరు కూడా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు. నేను మినిమం 20 మెంబర్స్ ని పిలిచాను, ఒక్కరు రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు. So that is the importance of thyroid during pregnancy, during lactating, during preschool, during adult. At every point of time, the iodine is highly important. See, this is so. Can you identify the problem from the picture? Can you identify the problem? So spotter for you. So what is the condition called? What's the condition called? MR during childhood, mental retardation. This is what happens if at all their mothers are devoid of iodine. Yare, Hiteshi, cretinism. Very good. Cretinism. Mental retardation. Very good, Ma Anjum. Very good. Manasa, good. So, it's a case of cretinism. So our iodine deficiency, the single most common cause for mental handicap worldwide. If at all the child is having any mentally disorder problems, the first thing that should be coming to your mind is the child or the mother is devoid of iodine. So, and it is totally preventable. That's what all the public education programs were about. If at all, if these things have taken care of in early stages, these things can be preventable. If at all her mother have been taken iodine, she would be a happy child. ఆమె సంతోషంగా ఉండగలిగేది. ప్రెగ్నెంట్ టైంలో కన్నా ఖచ్చితంగా అయోడిన్ తీసుకొని ఉంటాయి. Due to that thing only, she is suffering from that. She has to suffer, and it is not our one day or 2 day. It is for lifetime. It is for lifetime. That much a danger that can brought about all these things. Okay. So the spectrum will be all these things. So goiter will be there, a simple goiter, enlargement of thyroid gland due to deficiency of thyroxine. Okay, then comes cretinism. As we see that cretinism is a part and parcel of iodine deficiency disorders. Spontaneous abortions will be occurring. Stillbirths do occur, and birth defects also do occur. So defects of speech will be there, defects of hearing will be there, skin will be there, psychomotor defects will be there. Okay, loss of 13 IQ points. Just imagine. Loss of 13 IQ points means the child may fall under very low intelligent coefficient. She or he won't be normal. So it is a leading cause of mental handicap. This is the spectrum of iodine. See, 30 to 70% of the people is loss of energy due to hypothyroidism. That's why fatigue, muscle weakness, alopecia. They said that. And 5 to 30% of the patients will be having some brain damage. Only 1 to 10% will be having the cretinism. This is the iceberg phenomena. What we are seeing is very less, but underneath that lot of problems will be occurring due to these iodine deficiencies. So iodine deficiency disorders are typical example for this iceberg phenomena. What do you mean by that? Iceberg phenomena is an important short notes for you people. What do you mean by that? Can you explain briefly iceberg phenomena? Iceberg
top
phenomena.
At the top of the iceberg, there will be clinical cases, and under it there will be subclinical and undiagnosed cases.
Very good, ma, Shravya. Very good. So what the physicians sees is very less amount of cases. Very less amount of cases. Very good, ma, Anjum and Isha Reddy also. Very good answers. So those are called subclinical cases and unreported cases. These cases won't be recorded anywhere else until the final output is came. That's why this is the typical example for this iceberg phenomena. Please do make a note of all these things. Why I am telling all these things? Not for your examination purpose. Okay. I already told you, as a medical person and as a physicians, we have to take care of our surrounding community. Always. So all the burden lays on you people. As a young generation of doctors, you have to look after all these things. Why? Because the normal public won't be having any idea regarding this. Why? Because they will be telling that, sir, I am having my own problems. My wife is saying that, my children is saying that, my so and so person is saying that. ఎవడికి వాడు సొంత బాధల్లో ఉంటాడు. కమ్యూనిటీ పబ్లిక్ హెల్త్ బాధ గురించి ఎవడు పట్టించుకోరు. We have to take care of all these things. So this lesson should be for your lifetime. So at any point of your life, at least do educate some people regarding about these iodine deficiency disorders. తప్పేమీ లేదు. మీ ఇంట్లో కానీ మీ చుట్టుపక్కల జనాల కానీ అట్లీస్ట్ చెప్పాలి, అమ్మా అయోడిన్ ఉన్న ఉప్పు తింటున్నారా, అయోడిన్ దాంట్లో ఉందా, మీరు తినే ఉప్పులో ఉందా లేదా అని తెలుసుకోవడం ఎలా, అయోడిన్ ఉప్పు తినడం వల్ల లాభాలు ఏమిటి, తినకపోతే నష్టాలు ఏమిటి, ఒకవేళ ఏదన్నా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తే ఏమేం ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి, వాటిని ఎలా ప్రివెంట్ చేయాలి, ప్రెగ్నెంట్ మదర్స్ ని కానీ లాక్టేటింగ్ మదర్స్ ని కానీ ఎలా ట్రీట్ వాళ్ళని ఎలా ఫాలో అప్ చేయాలి అయోడిన్ గురించి. These are the ethical representation of our profession. That's why I'm stressing all these points, not for your examination purpose. Am I clear?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. See the typical example for the iodine deficiencies. Okay, goiter will be there, hypothyroidism will be there, retarded physical development. Can you name the condition? Middle photograph. What is the condition of this boy? Yes, anyone? Yeah, very good. Some are saying cretinism. Cretinism, that means in newborns, Nana. Cretinism in newborns. Okay, okay. He may be affected from since childhood, but you can clearly say that from the picture, he is both physically and mentally challenged. See, his physical development is also not good. Now, Manasa is saying that acromegaly. No, Ray, it is not a macromegaly. It's a retarded physical development one. No problem. Either way, you responded. Very good. So, what is this condition? Third photograph. Third photograph. Anyone? Yeah, just now arrived this Samira girl. Samira, who is Samira?
Yes, sir.
Chapannana. What is the condition of this photograph? So, what are your comments on this? Third photograph.
Puffed face.
Puffed face. Very good. Very good. So, what is your final diagnosis?
Iodine
She has
deficiency,
been,
sir.
yeah, she has been suffering from iodine deficiency. That's how, see, it's even though her age is very high, she looks very small. According to her age, her physical development is not developed. And impaired mental function also. Myxedema, yeah, very good, right? Thyroid myxedema is also a part and parcel of this thyroid disorders. Very good, Preeti, very good. Isha Reddy says it's a goiter. Yeah, the first photograph is a goiter. You cannot appreciate the goiter in third photograph. This is a case of myxedema and physical retardation. Physical development is not at all good in this kind of patients. Okay, very good, very good. So I already told you each and everywhere in the world the thyroid deficiency is there and people do suffer from these thyroid related disorders and iodine deficiency disorders. So from that photograph you can clearly see that the worldwide distribution of these iodine disorders. So I already told you it's a public health problem. We have to take care of these people, and the high risk group group of people will be pregnant and lactating women and preschool children. So elimination of iodine deficiency disorders is an important developmental and social goal for governments. So in Millennium Development Goals also it has been introduced and it is possible, it is preventable. Iodine deficiency disorders are preventable. We can prevent it. That is, it is not an impossible task. So that our primary concern should be on to ensure that every population and every mother and child must get their daily supply of iodine. This is the ultimate concern of ours. ప్రతి పిల్లవాడు ప్రతి మదరు వాళ్ళకు రావాల్సిన డైలీ రేషన్ ఆఫ్ అయోడిన్ ను వాళ్ళు తినేలాగా చూడడమే మన ప్రైమరీ కన్సర్న్. That's what all about is. All this class about is to ensure that every mother and every population and every child should get their daily supply of iodine. ఇది అల్టిమేట్ మైండ్ లో ఉండాలి మనకు. ఎందుకు ఇవంతా నేర్చుకుంటున్నామంటే మనకు మనం తినేసి మనం జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండడం కాదు. అఫ్ కోర్స్ మనము జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండాలి, మన చుట్టుపక్కల ఉన్న కమ్యూనిటీని కూడా జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండేలాగా చూసుకోవాలి. దెన్ ఓన్లీ వి విల్ ఫుల్ఫిల్ this primary cause for it. See, that's why iodized salts promotion is there. So panacea for this iodine deficiency. So salt production and iodizing, that is fortification. I already told you, that is production of iodized salt and the promotion of iodized salt consumption. This is based on demand and supply. Public should demand that we should be having only iodized salt for our consumption. Then only the suppliers will be producing only iodized salts. That is what is called as on the basis of demand and supply. So promotion should be very proper. So NGCP means National Goiter Control Program. Just remember. So that's what they said, that goiter, yeah, you know, the goiter is painless and it won't be a cause of death. Due to goiter, death won't be occurring and has been perceived as a cosmetic problem only and a social culture now in some groups. So a lot of social stigma will be there if at all the thyroid goiter is there. Very social cosmetic problem. So regarding so first these things, our government initiated all these iodine deficiency control program in 1962 itself. 1962లోనే problems అన్ని కనుక్కో. So these are the problems of iodine deficiency disorders in endemic areas. So they stated that 14 districts in 9 states are goiter belt. All these things were goiter belt. So you take any point on this area, there are definitely cases of thyroid. So they said that Delhi study said that endemic goiter in Delhi in 1980. Even in Himalayas also these goiterogenic problems were there, thyroid disorders. So during 1984 and 86, ICMR multi-centric study has been done and they stated that 14 districts in 9 states are traditional goiter belt. So at any point of time, goiter will be occurring. And the goiter prevalence are 21%, and endemic cretinism is 0.7%. So iodine day is carried out on 21st October. Do remember this. 21st October will be carried as iodine day. So then the norm called universal salt iodization came. So in 1983, Government of India took policy decision to iodize all salt meant for human consumption. That is iodization only, fortification of the production of the salt. That is universal salt iodization. This is the key term you have to use in your examination. In your examination point of view, this is the term you have to use, universal salt iodization. So in this, private sectors also permitted and encouraged to produce iodized salt. So in a 20-point national development program, in that time Prime Minister says that elimination of goiter is also included in that developmental program, and these are the some statistics regarding iodized salt production in our country. So these are some changes regarding since 1962 till now. Don't worry about all these things. Okay, don't worry. So eventually the consumption of iodized salt decreased in our country. Meanwhile, why? Because these are the common. Why? Because the disappearance of most common visible effect of iodine deficiency, that is goiter. So nowadays, not everybody is getting goiter. That's why people believe that this problem has been reduced so that we can use our normal salt, that is non-iodized salt. And the various amount of people perceive that iodized salt consumption is not required anymore because goiter has been decreased. These are the most common taboos due to decreased use of iodized salt. So did not communication strategy. They said that they did not focus on mental handicap as a consequence of iodine deficiency. People won't be believing that whether the child is getting a mental deficiency due to iodine deficiency or some other disorders. They fail to establish the fact. That's why they decrease the use of iodized salts. That's why till now the prevalence of mental retardation, cretinism, common goiter, all the infertility problems, okay, all the menstrual problems still prevailing to the day. Still people are not getting the importance of these iodine disorders, and public education is also not going on a good manner, on good scale. That's why still we are facing the problems even today also. So this is some strategy provided under IDDCP. So promotion and consumption of adequately iodized salt forever. It's on I already told you, demand and supply, push-pull manner. This is how you make iodized salt consumption forever. This should be the multi-programmed study, and it should be continuous. So I already told you NFHS, that is National Family Health Survey. They stated that iodine salt deficiency will be detected by salt testing kit, and even 1 lakh. Okay. So much of families has been affected for this. So these are the so many projects given for the deficiency of the iodine disorders. Okay, and these are all the promotive logos. This is how they are promoting. So daily consumption of iodized salt is a healthy habit. Intelligent coefficients is also very, very high due to consumption of iodine. See, this is how we have to publicize it, and we have to give education to the normal people. So towards sustainable elimination of iodine disorders. That is it. So in this iodine deficiency control program, certain objectives were there. That is, first thing, survey. The main objective of this program will be, we should carry out the survey in our nation to have that this iodine is endemic in certain areas. So wherever the goiter or iodine deficiency disorders are endemic in certain areas, we have to carry out the survey, and we have the next objective will be so usage of iodized salt in that area. We have to see that the normal iodized salt is consuming in every family in that area. The next objective will be, again we have to resurvey the area, whether the people are using good amount of iodized salt or not. The next objective will be in the means of urine iodine and our serum blood iodine, testing for iodine, and public awareness and public education. These are the objectives of these programs towards sustainable elimination iodine deficiency disorders. This is how you control all these iodine deficiency disorders. Am I clear? Am I clear
Yes, sir.
regarding
Sir.
all these things?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So whenever it comes in examination, you people able to write it. రాయగలరు కదా?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. So that's about today's class. Please do make a note of it, that iodine deficiency control program is a part and parcel of our profession, and to educate pregnant and lactating mothers. Clear? Inga enta time undi?
8 minutes, sir.
8 minutes. ఓకే, అందరూ పెట్టారా అటెండెన్స్? అబ్బాయిలు అసలు ఏమి ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు బాబు.